What's up, folks? Welcome to Nino's Corner.tv. I am joined with 𝗃𝗏𝗏, and I got to tell you, folks, we did a hell of an interview or a hell of a podcast on Nino's Corner.tv. I was putting that on YouTube, and then as we were going through it, I was like, all right, I can't. There's a lot of what they would consider when you're questioning anything with you can't put that on there. So I left it on .tv, and so now we're going to talk about Elon Musk. And who is Elon Musk? And I'm talking with the guy right now, 𝗃𝗏𝗏, who interviewed Elon's nanny back in the day that said he was opening up portals as a child. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, that's certainly her claim that he had special powers and he was friends with demons and things like that. That was certainly her claim. The interview was about an hour long. I've given Nino the link. He's free to post it, free to just put it up. You can put it up on your channel as your content. Feel free, whatever, or just post the link on your X or whatever you want to do. It was from 4 years ago. And yeah, I looked a little bit different, shorter hair back then. Her name was 𝗀𝗏𝗶𝗹, and I think she still has her YouTube channel, 𝗀𝗏𝗶𝗹. I've tried to be in contact with her since, but her email doesn't work anymore that I had. But it was quite an interesting interview. And when you look, so I wasn't able to verify a lot of the things that she said because I wasn't there. There's just no way to really verify all these things. Although there's a lot of credibility, because when you look at May Musk, for instance, and there's a lot of evidence that May Musk is a witch, and you look at the whole story of Elon, coming up as this poor boy and stuff like that. He wasn't poor, and yeah, it is Halloween costumes, the Baphomet, and attending these different things. There's a very spiritual connection to this. And even Elon Musk has posted on X a number of times. He says, I keep telling you I'm a 5,000-year-old entity. Like he's posted those things, right?
Hold on, before we get into this anymore, let me just knock this out, folks. Get your Noble Gold Investments market update. It's finally hit 3,000. Gold is up 46% in a year, doubling NASDAQ and S&P 500 gains. But this isn't just another rally. Global reserves are shifting as investors rush to secure physical gold, creating a massive supply gap. Gold is vanishing from the market, but you still have a chance. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com today and turn your panic into profit, folks. Make a qualified investment, and Noble Gold will add a free 10-ounce gold coin to your order. Not 10-ounce, but 10th ounce. Noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Go there now, folks. Get started. All right, so to me, this says it all, because when you're looking at this, at his outfit, and then you're looking at, if you can't see it on this one, but that's his mother to the right, correct?
Yeah. And he has an upside down cross on the back of the uniform, which was custom made, so very intentional, obviously.
Yeah, I would never wear that for Halloween. That's just
even if you were an unbeliever, like just in case, right? Like you wouldn't want to do that.
Devil's champion for New York Halloween.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the upside down cross right there. People can see it. Upside down cross right there.
Yeah, on the Baphomet, the goat. Everyone's calling Trump the goat these days. That's interesting.
So let's talk about this. I had 𝗃𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the other day talking about, look, we are not stopping the rise of this artificial intelligence. It's just not stopping. We've simply just handed it over to, I guess, Elon Musk now. That's who's really going to be bringing this in. And Trump is working with Oracle with what, $500 billion to $1 trillion to bring in the
first day of his presidency.
Yeah, artificial intelligence infrastructure into the United States. This, I mean, sure, you're doing 95 to 98% of things awesome. I love everything he's doing, but this worries me, Jeff. And I mean, it seems like he's telling us everything we didn't need to know right here. And this is only for people that are watching this that are, in my opinion, spiritually sound. This is a huge red flag to me, man. This is enormous to me. He's showing you who he is. Believe him.
So let's address what's happening. So we had, from 2020, a lot of people started, quote unquote, waking up. And they knew that there was something going on. And then we had the evil villains, everyone started finding out about the WEF, like this made for TV Bond villain, right? And they say that we're going to replace humans and, we're going to go to net zero carbon and, the fourth industrial revolution and stuff like that. And all the people, and I always say this, look, I don't believe there's a left or a right. I think they're both in on it together. It's one big club. You ain't in it. Neither am I.
Two wings of the same bird, right? Just the right and left wing.
That's it. And we have the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? Which is right on the United States emblem, by the way. But so all these things, the Great Reset, and a lot of people on the so-called left or that have accepted that programming, the liberal mind program. Oh yes, we can just all share things and everything will be green and we'll have universal basic income and robots can do the work and all that stuff. And so they bought into it, right? But us, the people who are conservative and family values and all this, weird, no way I'm doing that, right? But then we have the Biden 4 years, and things are so over the top ridiculous that it has to change. And now, what's being implemented? The exact thing was talking about, but people on the right are buying into it. And maybe the greatest example of this is Trump's Tesla commercial the other day. We know that a Tesla car is 10 times worse for the environment than a carbon car because of the extraction process and the batteries and all this stuff. But now people are on the right. Man, it's got acceleration. That's cool. We got to support Doge, right? He's making a sacrifice. He's a martyr for us. And people are, so now it's like, okay, we went from half the world or 40% of the world to 3/4 of the world now is saying, yeah, we need this.
So we're going to embrace it instead of it being forced upon us, the beast system, we're embracing it.
We're begging for it.
We're begging for it.
And when the arrests start happening, now
can I just give you my theory?
Yeah.
On the arrest, I think it's just going to be a select few. I think I'm looking at a lot of the people around Trump that should be going to jail and they're still around him. And I think it's just they're going to sacrifice their own. Is what I'm getting the feel. I have no doubt the arrests are coming, and I think it's going to be in the thousands. Oh, yeah. But there's going to be a lot that work a deal, and there's going to be a lot that are going to be working on Trump's side that I feel should have gone to jail, but they're just not.
Oh, if they kiss his ring, I think they'll be okay.
About that. What's that?
If they kiss his ring, I think they'll be okay. It's dark to light. There's the White Lodge and the Dark Lodge. I've said this before on your show. And it's the false light. Lucifer, Satan, is going to come as an angel of light. They're going to sacrifice all the people who took the deals before, who got greedy, who got rich. Some of them made a covenant with Satan, those people are going to be sacrificed. And what's going to bring it in? And so the premise of this is that Trump and Elon are bringing in the beast system. I'll just say that. That's the premise of this. But I think the thing that's going to bring it together is now we're starting to hear about the missing kids. It's going mainstream a bit, right? Since the election in particular. And once the world finds out what's been happening to the kids, we have to get rid of the fiat currency now, because they've been able to get around. Everything has to go on the blockchain. There's transparency. This can never happen again, and all this stuff. And Trump's already saying, look, we're going to use Palantir, for the biometric security. He's already said it, biometric security on all the borders and stuff like that, so you can't travel. This is the start of it. The beast system
for our own safety.
Yes,
it's no different than the Patriot
and to protect the kids. Protect the kids, Nino.
Oh man. And so, everyone's going to get behind that.
Everyone. And by the way, you're coming into a golden age. There's a payday involved in it too.
Do you think Trump's wittingly or unwittingly part of this? Has to be wittingly, I guess.
Well, listen, he might have good intention, but look, God places all leaders in power. It's by God's permission. And I mean, my God, the real God. And that's my belief. If you don't believe in God, that's okay, but that's my belief. And the Bible says that God puts all the leaders, good and bad. So, someone who like Trudeau was obviously bad. Carney's worse, by the way, but
yeah,
he puts them in. He put Obama in. He put the fake Biden in, the acting pedotus, as I like to call him. But Trump is being used by God. God's word will be fulfilled. He'll use. So Trump, whether he is a good guy or a bad guy, it doesn't matter.
He's fulfilling a mission. He's fulfilling a prophecy.
Well, he's doing the work, and like his intention, his policies, for the most part, other than you can't talk bad about a certain group of people, and things like that are good. What he's doing with tariffs makes sense. Why have all these guys been so stupid in the past? Well, it's all been a very long plan.
But you're saying it's like it's the problem, reaction, solution, just on a grander scale. And I've always said the illegal immigrants, the whole thing with that mess, we're going to just embrace any kind of AI he brings in to surveillance these people and surveillance us to make sure that we're getting them out of the country. I mean, that just seems where it's all going. Do I make sense?
And AI is not new, so everyone thinks it's new. You can prove it was in operation in the 80s, but the greatest example, everyone's heard of BlackRock by now, biggest company in the world, right? They own every corporation. Well, how did they do it? They used something called Aladdin. Aladdin is what they're calling artificial intelligence. By the way, the word artificial intelligence is not a real descriptor, because you can't have intelligence if it's artificial. It's not. I personally call it, antichrist intelligence, or
right.
Another god intelligence.
Like it lacks the I guess imagination or the soul of a human being, obviously. But I mean, it can only steal from creation and it's a word I'm looking for here. It cannot create on its own. It has to steal from the creator and change it and manufacture and modify it, right? It can never create on its own. Am I right in saying that?
That's artificial
intelligence.
That's right. But it'll replicate itself and make itself eventually, like if we don't pull the plug soon, it's way too late. Right.
No, I think we're already there.
I think we're already there too. There's no going back. And so every movement, every transaction you do, every camera that's been placed around, like, the facial recognition, you have to understand all of this stuff is networked. And when you go anywhere, you go into 7-Eleven, AI is going to know you're in 7-Eleven, not only by your facial recognition, but by your transaction, where you buy gas, where you drive to. Your car is tracking you currently. Since 2007, your cars have been tracking you. Interact, of course, like everything. And they compile all the information. AI knows more about you than you know about you.
Right. I agree with that. But still, even when I'm going through the TSA, right, and I opt out of taking the face screening or the face picture, they have the camera there now. You look into it and they just tell people in line, look into the camera, they snap a picture. And people do it lockstep like sheep at one. And I was standing in line watching this. I just one after another saying, yes, 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 just getting in front of it, picture taken, getting in front of it, picture taken. I at least feel like I have some power. I know the cameras are watching me everywhere. They've probably already done a face analysis. I get all that, but at least I feel like it's within my power when they tell me to do it and I say no. That's still my free will. I'm not abiding by their rules. I'm not appeasing to them. I'm standing against it. I'm standing firm against it, and I'm standing in my beliefs by not opting in to do that. So that's kind of my free will thing there. But yeah, I think it doesn't matter who you are or where you are. But I think now it's artificial intelligence is in already in complete control, and it's going to get more and more obvious to where we basically worship it.
Well, yeah. So the beast system, and this is my opinion, where it is everything is, and Elon, interestingly, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, he did an X post and it said we are on the verge of the singularity.
Yeah,
I did a show on it.
Is that when AI has consciousness, singularity, when all things are connected?
When all things are connected, singular. Yeah, I did a show on it a couple of weeks ago. He said we are on the verge, so I think we should listen to him. And my opinion, David, is the beast system is something we're not going to be able to avoid. We're not now, but let me finish this point because it's really important. The beast system is not the mark of the beast. When the mark of the beast comes, that's what you must avoid. But if you try to avoid the beast system, you're not going to be able to live in this world. People, well, I can go live off grid, I can do this and that. Well, power to you. But to live in this world, it's going to be very difficult not to participate in the new system they're bringing in. And, it's obviously Trump has been touting the golden age. The golden age, is written in the esoteric writings of Alice Bailey and, all these things. It's the age of Aquarius. It's been written. It's that final utopia.
So I've said that, Elon is going to work a lot of signs and miracles and wonders in the sky. NASA's Crew 10 mission marks a long-awaited return of Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams after being stuck for 9 months. 9 months, Jeff, okay?
Yeah.
9 months in space. Right. And I can't buy it. Every time Elon sends off a rocket, it blows up when it hits what I think could be the firmament. I don't, but a SpaceX Dragon capsule transported 4 astronauts to the International Space Station as part of a NASA crew swap mission, paving the way for the return of 2 NASA astronauts stranded for 9 months. So they're up there in a space station, and just guess they're stranded. And I see this as a big handoff from NASA to Elon. And I think this is going to be the beginning of it. This is how they're going to hand off the keys from NASA to Elon. And he's going to look like the hero.
Who's been launching all the satellites, right?
Right. And this is how it's beginning. And all I'm doing is bringing my audience's attention to this. Come on, folks, don't be fooled. Just don't be fooled by this. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Okay, it is.
When you look at Elon's background, he is not the genius that he is made out to be. Everything is fake. None of it has ever been disputed. His role in PayPal, he has just been propped up. He didn't invent Tesla. It was a takeover. He was placed there, and they erased the original documents to make him the founder. Like that was part of the agreement for the money to come in. How does he do all these things and be the number one player on Diablo 3 in the world?
Yeah, he's the poster boy.
That's what he is.
So the Boeing Starliner spacecraft they were testing on its maiden crewed voyage suffered propulsion issues, which they all do. It was deemed unfit to fly them back to Earth. I don't know. And I don't know how my audience feels about this. Everyone has their own opinion on this or vantage point from where they're looking, but it just to me just seems like complete garbage. And that's I just think that he's being groomed, Elon, to be the trusted guy that maybe, after he brings these, and this is all hypothetical. I'm just a theory here that, after you saves these stranded astronauts, everyone really begins to love him and they really trust the guy. And then I don't know what would be next. More artificial intelligence, bringing in more because he cares about everybody, bringing in more artificial intelligence. Then maybe, hold on, maybe there's an asteroid set to hit Earth in 2029.
Wormwood,
right? Maybe he saves us from that as well. I'm just saying, I think that's a big possibility. Maybe Elon will come to save the day and save Earth from a potential asteroid hit. I could see this playing out. I don't know about you, Jeff, but I can see it playing out this way.
Yeah, his role is significant. That's why he's been placed in the position he is. And it's important to note, in the theater of what we see on TV and in the news, Biden wouldn't let Elon go and rescue these people, right? That's a big part of the story. That's what's being fed to people. But Trump said yes, right?
Right.
So
it just seems like a big elaborate production. Like all of this does.
I think it is.
Here it is. 𝗵𝗶𝗶 is a near-Earth asteroid, which means it passes closer to our star than 1.3 times the distance between the sun and Earth. Its full name is 𝗵𝗶𝗶 99942 after 𝗵𝗶𝗶 was discovered in 2000. So there's a lot of people saying, it'll be a near miss. It'll come close, won't hit. A lot of people are saying it will hit, depending on who you're listening to. I don't know. I'm just saying that this would seem to me like, I don't know, something where Elon could come in and save the day. Now, this is all theory, complete theory. But do you think I'm too far off? Jeff, this is
no. I think it's a something worth exploring and being ready for. There's so many of these things that come up constantly, but he's going to do something heroic, certainly, and the act that he's being involved in now certainly seems heroic. But the whole Doge thing, even the Department of Government Efficiency, it's really to bring down you cannot have the new government when the existing government is there. So the fraud, abuse, whatever it is going to be coming out, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And then, people are going to say, well, we can't have this anymore. We don't need the bureaucracy. Yes, we should have members of Congress speak for us, but we don't need these 2 million government employees anymore. They can all be replaced with efficiency, right?
Right.
And by the way, so can your judges. Right now, judges are in the news again, right? Judges.
So they could be replaced with AI, an AI system, an AI government, because we can't trust people. And that's why so many of these people will go to jail, because you're just going to trade them in for the artificial intelligence. Right? I mean, that's another thing I'm thinking about. Like, are they going to get rid of all these people? Are they going to go ahead and arrest them, send them off to Gitmo, and then replace them with AI? And everyone will be like, you know what? No more corruption. No more corruption.
Well, I think that if you get rid of the bureaucracy and have the AI behind it, and they switch the financial system, whatever is going to happen next, the people who replace the people who are in Congress now won't be able to do those things, right? So it'll seem like a great breakthrough, and everyone will be for it, again. But now we're just rooting on AI governance.
So maybe are you saying that? So, see, what I'm seeing what could play off here, what I'm seeing that could play out here is maybe these people get arrested, they go to jail, it gets replaced with AI, there's no more corruption, and we're just trading it off for something we feel is better. This whole liberal left thing that's been happening for the past 4 years with Biden was so extremely bad that we accept what's coming with open arms and say, bring it on, we love it. Anything's better than that crap. Yeah. And they bring in the Noahide laws, they bring in all this. I mean, I see it. Remember I said when something goes too far to the left, and then it's going to go really far to the right. I'm watching this, and I'm seeing little signs and hints like dog whistles, right? Someone used that term with me not too long ago. Seriously, dog whistles that are going off in my ears. I'm going, ooh, wait a minute. I see what this might be going that direction, and I'm seeing this, and I got to bring it to my audience's attention.
It's happened. It's swung all the way to the right, and it's still going.
Yeah,
and it's still going. So I do.
And we're embracing it.
Yeah, we're going to cheer it on, because the more that Doge uncovers, the more corruption and everything else. And then Trump promising the golden age. He's now saying people under $150,000 in income won't pay tax. Like, who doesn't want that, right? We're all embracing this. And then, he said at the crypto conference, and I'm not a big crypto guy. Don't think I'm promoting it or anything like that, but not against it. But he said flippantly, but you have to listen to his words, at the crypto conference in 2024, maybe we could just make a bunch of crypto and just pay off our debt. I don't think that was just an off the cuff comment.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. So where is this really going? Are we just going to accept this system? We're going to just welcome in this system with open arms, and Elon and Trump are going to be the ones that, obviously, right now they're bringing it in. Look at the Oracle deal he did. 500 billion or close to $1 trillion with AI. I mean, it's coming.
First day of his presidency, and with the shots, right?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. But this is just something I've got to bring all angles to my audience, and I'm gonna go ahead and show your Rumble channel real quick, where you actually interviewed the nanny to Elon Musk, and and I gotta say, she actually said that he opened up portals, correct? Portals when she was babysitting him or working for his family as a nanny, that he was opening up portals to other dimensions. Is that what she said?
And his friends were demons. Like, he was playing with them.
Wow. Right on radio, right here, folks. If you want to go watch this, Elon Musk opened a demon portal exclusive babysitter interview. I don't know how you got this interview, but it's compelling. And she's saying that he was open. How did she say he was opening them?
Well, she had, if I recall correctly, because the interview was 4 years ago. She had walked into the room and seen this, is my recollection.
If you saw yesterday's broadcast.
Wow. And his mom is known to do witchcraft, correct?
Yeah.
He's an occultist. This is like a bloodline thing with his family, correct?
Certainly would appear so.
So all we're seeing here, folks, is just
the golden age, everyone wants it, and it sounds great, but what if it isn't what you thought it was? And we could have the greatest years of our lives in the next couple of years. I don't know the timing, but I know the world is going one way, and people are being baited into.
Just don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. It's maybe just trading one in for the other is all we're saying here, folks. Don't be deceived. Keep your eyes and ears open. All that shines is not gold. All that shimmers is not gold. I mean,
there's never been a better time to have faith in Jesus Christ. just saying.
It's a lot of cleverness, a lot of trickery. And I'm not saying Trump is bad, folks. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just, be leery of everybody, including me, including everybody. Yeah. Just keep your eyes and ears open, man, Jeff, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Be watchers on the wall.
Be watchers on the wall. It's a good one. Who is Elon Musk? Who is Elon Musk, man? I sounds too good to be true. It usually is.
Yeah, and with him and Trump, the new, I think there's a new currency coming. Everyone can see it coming. The fiat system has to go down.
Yeah.
We know that, like, all these things are happening for a purpose, and exactly how it plays out, well, I think we're all going to be surprised at some twists and turns coming. Like, as I mentioned, like, so the Canada USA thing, let me just put this out there. I'm pretty confident that's going to happen. The Greenland thing seems like it's going to be a done deal already. What we're seeing, the back and forth between Canada and the USA, if you go back, like the Club of Rome had these maps drawn, back in the 60s, they can be traced back to the world maps with the 10 different sectors back to 1919, the Treaty of Versailles. Like, these people think generationally, right? They carry on the plan. Why? Because they talk to entities that don't die, that have been here for all these years. And we battle not against, people, but against principalities and powers of the air.
Oh, all right, folks. Leave a comment down below. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. And keep an open mind. And just keep an open mind. That's all I ask. Keep your eyes and ears open. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you so much for joining me. Where can people find you?
Right On Radio. You can find it on Rumble. Or if all of my content is at rightonradio.podbean.com. That's PODBEAN. That's audio only. Rightonradio.podbean.com.
Sounds good. All right, folks.